Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're talking about whether or not it makes sense to buy new cars instead of old cars. Before we get the video started, make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the like button, leave any comments below on some future videos that you'd like to see, and let's get this started. So when you're deciding what type of car to buy, whether it's a new car or an old car, it really comes down to your specific circumstances. Of course, if you're looking to buy a classic like the one you can see in the video, you have no choice really but to buy old. However, what we're trying to understand here is for a relatively modern car, is it better to buy one that's absolutely brand new from the dealership where you select the specifications for the car, or were you better off to wait and buy a car that is slightly older, perhaps a year or more? The main thing that people think about when we're talking about new or old cars is depreciation. Okay, so depreciation is basically the reduction in value of an item over a period of time, and cars, they depreciate really, really quickly. Cars typically suffer from depreciation in the first year, the third year, and the eighth year. So this is quite important when you're deciding what type of car you're going to buy, and of course, what budget you have to spend on a car. However, depreciation does not happen for each and every car. Some cars that are high in demand might actually end up going up in value after a few months or a few years, depending upon the brand of the vehicle, the heritage that it has, and also supply and demand. Because as we know, that dictates the price that people are willing to pay for any one item. However, when it comes to your everyday car that you're going to use on your way to work, then depreciation will hit that car quite a lot. So my personal preference is if you're looking for something like that, then perhaps you should look at a vehicle that is about 1 year old. Okay, so some of you might be asking yourselves, well, why would you just buy a car that is 1 year old? Why don't you just go for a one that's 3 years old or more so that you get even more money off? Well, my reason is really around the technology and safety features that new cars tend to have over old cars. Although you should make sure that you get a good deal on a car, sacrificing safety features or the latest technology might actually become more of an inconvenience in the long run than actually getting a car that has already got those features in place. As with all investments, you need to make sure that you hold them as long as you possibly can to make the most out of the investment that you have. So buying a second-hand car that you're only going to use for a small period of time and then replacing in about 2 years and then not making the most of your investment almost seems like a waste of time and money. Also, you cannot put a price on health and safety because that is quite critical when you're selecting a car, because you might have your family in it, you might have your children in it, and also you might end up being a danger to other people. So I think it's quite important to make sure that if, although you're looking to save money, you still get a car that has all the relevant safety features that will keep you safe and also keep you coming back to this channel and clicking that subscribe button. Another reason to buy a car that is just 1 year old instead of one that's much older is because you're more likely to get a car that still has a manufacturer's warranty available. Now, this is important because any major issues that you get with a car, you can still go back to the dealership or the manufacturer to get it fixed. And this will in turn save you quite a lot of money that you would otherwise have to spend yourself if the car was much older. Okay, so providing you agree with my reasoning, from a financial perspective, it's better to buy a second-hand car than to buy a brand new car. Just to clarify, by second-hand car, I mean a car that's just a little bit old, so 1 year or 2 years and 3 years at the absolute most. But could you actually get the same savings or even more savings and still get a brand new car? Well, the simple answer to that is no. You cannot get a brand new car that is at the same price as a 1 year old car, because whoever's selling you that car would just be accepting a really, really large loss. However, you can use certain governmental incentives, for example, on electric cars or hybrid cars, as well as tax exemptions that you might be able to get in your own area that might bring the price of a brand new car to a level that is significantly lower and more acceptable for someone who was going to buy a second-hand car. In the UK, for example, you can get £3,000 off a brand new car due to the low emissions initiative that is actually available from the UK government. So, is it better to actually buy a used car or a brand new car? As we discussed in the video, I cannot think of any reasons why it will be financially better for you to make a decision to buy a brand new car instead of a used car. But you have to make sure that if you're buying a used car, you don't buy one that is too old, you buy one that's still under warranty, and more importantly, you buy one that has the safety features and the technology that you will need in order for you to actually enjoy the car. Otherwise, there's no point of buying a car that you will need to replace in a very short time, because as we all know, you will just end up losing your investment because you sold it too quickly. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and leave any comments below on anything you'd like to see in the future. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.